They, them. Thank you so much for using my chosen pronouns. The LGBTQ community thanks you for your support of us. Honestly, I will never understand the people that use pronouns, like the chosen pronouns of the person they're talking to, as if it's an insult. Like, those are the pronouns they want to be called. You using those pronouns isn't insulting them, it's what they want to be called. This video brought to you by my YouTube members and patrons. Thank you guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be returning once again to r/AccidentalAlly. Ignore the cat, she's being a bit of a prima donna today, she wanted hugs, and who am I to say no, even if I need to record? Yeah. So today we're going to be taking a look at r/AccidentalAlly. This is a subreddit for transphobes, homophobes, whatever, trying to be transphobic or homophobic or whatever, but usually failing. Oh, do you want to leave now? Okay, is that enough? That's enough cuddle time, is it? Off you go then. Yeah, they're not... This subreddit wouldn't exist if transphobes were actually capable, but the thing is, they're transphobic, but they don't really know why, so they're not very good at it. They don't do a good job of it. And that's what this subreddit's about. But very quickly before we begin, I just wanted to mention that YouTube members and patrons, you guys get an extra video every single week for as low as £1 a month. That equates to about 25p per video, so please do consider if you would like that. It genuinely helps support the channel. It genuinely helps me make more content, I guess. But other than that, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Fascists want you to believe that male and female are entirely different species and there is no nuance to biology, sociology, etc. Trans people break this weird, ignorant worldview, which is why they obsess over us and want to erase our existence. We are entirely different. I can pee standing up. You can get pregnant. I feel like, you know, I'm about to pop this guy's entire worldview, but anyone who can pee and can stand up can pee standing up. I feel like that doesn't really need to be said, but anyone that can stand up can pee standing up. That's not a defining characteristic of being male or female. Trans men do exist, and we are still trying our best to get our voices heard. We deserve a seat at the table because we're also victims of horrific transphobia too. You guys can have a seat at the table, just not a toilet seat in the ladies' room. Well, it's a good job that trans men are not trying to use the ladies' room, isn't it? They keep on trying to be transphobic, and they keep on failing. Again, you'd think at this point that we'd see some successes. They have a 50% chance when you're talking to someone talking specifically about being trans. Usually talking about trans men, trans women. Sometimes non-binary comes into that as well, but typically you have a 50-50 chance if someone has trans in their bio that that's what they're talking about. They're still banned below average. Come on. It's not hard to get a passing grade here. It's your whole personality trait as being transphobic. The least you could do is get it right.
My friend got mad that trans people exist, and he was like, you think I don't want to be a beautiful woman? You think I work hard all my life as a man? You think I don't want to switch sides and be a beautiful woman who just stays at home and their loving husband comes home after a long day of work and kisses them? Think I don't want to do that? Be real. You can do that, dude. You could be that. They're fighting really hard for you to do that too.
God, it's such an egg IRL post, isn't it? Have I done a video on egg IRL? Let me know if you want to see a video on egg IRL. This video is coming out in like over a week from me recording this, so I might have recorded one by the time people say they want to see it. But I mean, a guy being like, you think I don't want to be a beautiful wife that has a loving husband that comes home and gives me kisses? You can be. You're the one stopping you from being that. Like, that's exactly what trans activists are fighting for you to have the right to do. They're fighting for you to have the right to be able to do that. If you want that, you can have that. It's you and the people that you are supporting that are the ones fighting against you being able to do that. You could. You really could. I'm sorry, but you'll always be a male. In the end, you were born a male. DNA will always confirm that. I appreciate the compliment. Again, come on. I don't understand the lack of being able to connect two thought processes together, right? You see someone who looks identifiably male. You see in their bio or their profile picture that they are trans. Is there not a connection to be made there as to exactly how this person is trying to identify and how they present themselves and how that might suggest that that person is trans. If someone is trans and they call themselves a man and they dress like a man and they look like a man, chances are they are a trans man, which means female to male. Likewise, the opposite is the case. How is that thought process completely lacking in some people? I feel like that it's the most basic level of connect the dots you could possibly get, and yet some people don't have the comprehensive thought to put those two things together, and they're the ones that are trying to take away people's rights. I can't get drafted because I'm gay / R-worded / obese / suicidal / autistic on meds. You just described 95% of the US military. See you in the Pacific, you fat R-word. I can't, my bones are made of soup. Me for real, except instead of my bones, it's my connective tissue. They probably won't draft me though, because I'm legally a woman. If you think these people care about what gender you are considered yourself and not what was assigned at birth, I have a clock tower in London to sell you. Yes, they're saying that they were born a woman and that's what these people are concerned with. You've proved their point that them identifying as a man isn't the thing that matters. Again, it's the lack of comprehension. It's the lack of being able to connect two basic dots together to form a coherent thought. But also, conservatives have literally been actively fighting to prevent trans people from serving in the military. So like, yes, being trans can potentially prevent you from serving in the military. Speaking of lack of comprehensive thought, but also just complete lack of education, which is also a common trait here. Reasonable conservative is an oxymoron. Okay, buddy, so is dumbass liberal. I mean, it's not an accidental ally because it's not, directly referring to, being trans or queer or whatever. However, he called dumbass liberal an oxymoron. That means that the two words don't go together. Again, it connects the dots, my guy. They said that reasonable conservative is an oxymoron. You've taken that as an insult, which means you understand that they're saying that reasonable conservatives don't exist. And yet the response was still to say, okay, buddy, but so is dumbass liberal, which is to say that dumbass liberals don't exist. It's basic grammar. Come on. We were taught this in junior school. Trans women are gay women with the fantasy of being male. They can be gay, but they will never be male. You're right, trans women will never be male. They're not men, they're women. Trans women are women. You got it. You got it in one. And gay trans women, they can exist. And they do exist. Crazy, I know, but that's the thing. This one is just throwing a splash of white there, and that's the trans flag. I mean, it's so close. It's so nearly there. And, well, you know for a fact that that's not deliberate because chances are being trans is illegal in that country. I believe the comments said that in this country specifically being trans is illegal. So definitely not deliberate, but nonetheless quite amusing. Lose the round glasses. Find a guy that likes roast beef and ride the pony. After that, you should know that there are only two genders and you are female. Thanks. They're a trans woman. For context, they're a trans woman. I'm sure none of you watching needed that context because it's obvious. It's obvious, based on the context of this post that they were a trans woman because you're able to connect two dots together. Unlike the person that made this post. But telling them to lose the round glasses is a weird one to start with. But to find a guy that likes roast beef is a weird one. I don't understand what that means. I understand find a guy and you'll, whatever, be straight. Like, it's a weird conservative thing that they say, but I'd find a guy that likes roast beef. Huh? I don't understand. How is that relevant? I went to the CDC website to look up info for HIV testing in case I ever needed it, and this is the first thing I saw. I don't feel safe. Per a court order, HHS is required to restore their website as of this time. Any information on this page promoting gender ideology is extremely inaccurate and disconnected from the immutable biological reality that there are two sexes, male and female, the Trump administration, blah, 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 bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. It's Trump administration. Gender isn't real. Cope. I mean, if you say so, buddy. Gender's not real? Great, that means that I can identify however I want. Thank you for your support. Transfem, here's a few pics of me at school. The f you saying AMAB and AFAB for? You are a female, not a male, not gender fluid, not non-binary, or whatever the f else. Delusions do not disprove reality. In the real world, you cannot be something that you are not. This one is like extra stupid because they went, the f you saying AMAB and AFAB for? That's exactly how you would have identified exactly the direction that this person went while being trans. And you still failed. A trans femme, as they say, they said they are AMAB. That means assigned male at birth. You opened with, the f are you saying AMAB for? You're a female. All of the information was laid out for them. Every single piece of information they needed to know how to be transphobic was laid out for them, and they still failed. Transphobes are genuinely the least educated people on this planet. And the final post, trans women are me. Now, I understand that their intention with this post was it was cut off, but they just said that they're trans. They just came out as trans, and you know what? I'm happy for you. Good job. I'm happy you've come out as trans. That's wonderful. I am so happy for you. Trans women are me. I'm happy for you. Genuinely. Thank you for coming out. We'll all love and support you for it. But that is where I'm going to end the video. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally, you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. But a huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support me. All of your names are on screen right now. It genuinely helps so much, and it genuinely means so much. So thank you to everybody that does. And if you do support me, YouTube members and patrons, you guys get an extra video every single week for as low as £1 a month. That's basically 25p per video. So if you would like that, please do consider supporting me. It genuinely helps a lot. Like, when I say it helps a lot, I mean that £1 a month on Patreon is the equivalent of hundreds of views on YouTube. So it genuinely helps a lot. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.